Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today is Monday, which means that one thing that it is Squishy Makeover Monday. I haven't forgotten about you, but it is like an hour before I have to upload, so excuse the weird lighting. I am actually like redoing my filming room, kind of giving it a makeover as well, so that's why my background is really plain. But anyway, I have just finished my Squishy Makeover for you, so I hope you enjoy it. So this is the Squishy before the makeover. I've had this for the longest of times, and I remember getting this from Banggood. It cost like no more than like £4, and that's so amazing because this Squishy is so slow and so soft and so cute. I love his little face, but to be honest, I'm just a little bit bored of the brown color, so that's why I'm giving this one a makeover today. So the first thing I went ahead and did was chopped off the very top of like the whipped cream stuff. I chopped it to begin with and then chopped it down again just to make it easier so that I could chop along that blue line. I feel like I said chopped loads of times then, but that is essentially what I did. I went ahead and just smoothed out the edges just so that it was nice and rounded off, and then using the second offcut piece, I actually just created another straw. I was going to use the original one that was in the whipped cream, but actually it was only like half of a straw because of the whipped cream, so I couldn't really use that. So I just went ahead and made my own by cutting a little rectangular piece and then rounding it out to make a long cylinder shape. I cut this down to size, and this piece was so slow rising and so satisfying to touch. Like the inside of squishies are so slow, even slower than the actual whole squishy. But anyway, once I had that straw piece, I just went ahead and used some super glue and just glued it straight back to the top. I then realised that this little bit left over looked like a little poop, so I've just set that aside to kind of use that in a future video, as this bit is so satisfying by itself anyway, so rest assured nothing is going to be wasted. What I went ahead and did was made a puffy paint mixture, so I mixed half of white puffy paint with half of white glue, and I just put on a really thick layer of where I cut the squishy in half, and like the raw kind of memory foamness was showing. So yeah, I just put on a really thick layer with my paintbrush. As you can see here, it just kind of builds on top. If you press too hard, it will sink into the foam, so you want to make sure that you layer it on if you know you're doing this yourself. Once I had a couple layers of the white on the top, I then went ahead and popped a very thin layer over the rest of the squishy just to kind of mute out that brown colour, as it was quite dark, and I figured as I had white paint left over, I may as well use that just to paint the whole thing white. Once I had done one layer of that, I moved on with a light pink shade. I just made this up in the exact same way as I did the white, so it was half puffy paint, half glue, and I just added a little bit of pink to kind of tint it. I went ahead and popped 3 layers of this pink in total, leaving it to dry in between each layer. Once all of the pink was then done, I went back in and painted all of the details back in, and I actually used a Scribbles fabric paint in the colour Shiny Hot Chocolate, just because I had run out of black puffy paint, which is really annoying, so I had to use this really dark brown colour, but I think it looks kind of cute and even more cuter than the black would have, so I'm not mad at it. I went and painted the face back in where it was originally, and then I painted on some dots around the bottom to make little bubbles. I'm sure you can guess what this is by now, but yeah, I just painted those back in along the bottom. I then took some white, added the highlights back into the eyes, and then I took a darker pink shade to kind of put the blush back on where the little blush kind of bits were. I then left this to dry for around about half an hour. So this is what the squishy turned out like. I am super duper obsessed with it. I think it looks adorable. I thought the original looked really cute anyway, but I got kind of bored of that brown colour, and I figured I'm going to turn this into a bubble tea. I've been meaning to do this makeover for so long, probably about a year now, and I finally done it, so I'm super happy. I absolutely love this pink shade and then the white top. I just think it looks so cute. If I hold it in my hands, you can see like the shape of it a little bit better, because obviously my background's white, which is never good when you have a white squishy. But yeah, this is what it turned out like. I really like it. It's still really nice and slow. As you can see, it probably is a lot more slow rising than it was to begin with because of obviously all the layers of paint on it. I have stabbed it a few times with a needle to get it like this slow, and I think this is the perfect kind of slow kind of speed of rising that I like. It's so squishy and airy. Can you hear that? Oh yes. Look at her little face. I absolutely love the face still. I wanted to put like the original face kind of back on it, but I think it looks so much better in this color and with the bubble tea design on instead of the coffee design. I don't know, it just makes it a little bit different. I know this squishy was super cheap on Banggood. I think it was about £4, so I'll leave the link to that down in the description down below, just in case you like the original and want to purchase that one, or maybe even turn it into a bubble tea like mine. I would love to see that. So if you do it, make sure to tag me on Instagram at Chelsey DIY. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.